welcome back to my channel. If you have been here before, if not, welcome. My name is Bella. I'm a lifestyle blogger that just so happens to be 7 months pregnant with baby number 2. Yes, so I'm making this video in line with a lot of the content that I've been making lately. This problem when you wear other people's earrings. It's my sister's earrings, and you know, they start to misbehave you because it's not your own, you stole it. 2 or 3 days ago, I had a nervous breakdown. I had a nervous breakdown because I suddenly woke up feeling extremely overwhelmed and that I did not have everything I need for this baby. So I decided to talk through my feelings with you guys. To talk through my feelings with you guys and also just kind of turn this thing into a haul. I don't know how this happened. I feel like I started off my pregnancy journey with a lot of energy and a lot of momentum. I felt very confident about things I had or the choices I was making, how I was planning, how I was going to get things. I started getting things, and I think a big misconception that I had based on my first experience being pregnant is that 1, I had to get everything at the same time, and 2, I had to get everything while I was in the UK. So I traveled. By the time I traveled, I was still maybe like 4 months, maybe entering into my 5th month. I think I was 5 months pregnant by the time I traveled. So in as much as I felt like I had a good handle on things, I felt like I had watched so many videos and I know what is going on. By this point in time in the pregnancy, it's obvious to me that there are a lot of things that I still need to get. When I was pregnant with Zoe, I got a couple of things initially from America because my brothers are there, and they brought them back when they first came, like for Christmas, and then I was meant to go in February. So by the time I went in February, I was supposed to be due in March and in April. So I felt like I had a lot of time. I had a lot of time to shop online. Do you guys like this olden days retro look that I'm going for? I didn't want the fringe on my face today. So if I had a lot of time to look online, I ordered most of the things I needed to the house. I was there with my newborn for about 2 months. So the things I even felt like, the things I didn't have, I ended up still being able to get. This experience, however, is different because 1, I'm in my husband's house. 2, I'm solidly planted in Nigeria. I have no intention of leaving Nigeria to give birth this time. This is not even on my mind. So it's different because I feel like I cannot get as many things as I want easily. So what I have now discovered after this 3-day period in time is that a lot of things that I need are quite readily available in Nigeria. Sure, they're going to cost a little more than they would have if I bought them outside of Nigeria, but I'm getting that whole idea, getting that whole vibe of immediate gratification. And you also have so many choices on the internet, like online. Instagram has been like my savior for finding things, because once you start searching for things, Instagram is pretty much like a search engine now. When you start searching for things, they'll keep on bringing you other things. So that's one, that there are actually more resources within Nigeria than I expected, and it has been like a nice adventure finding things, because initially I was like, there were certain things, for example, the skincare and body brand that I've chosen to use for this baby. I used Aveeno for Zoe because initially I started off using Johnson & Johnson's and her skin was quite sensitive to it. So I used Aveeno. Now I'm hearing so many different things about Aveeno, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, let me try something else this time. So the brand that I ended up getting, let me show you guys. Okay, so these are the body care things I currently have. The brand I ended up getting was Mustela. There's a YouTuber, an American YouTuber that I follow, that has been using this on, she's on her third child, and I think she has been using this for at least 2 out of the 3 of them. So I was like, okay, it's for extra sensitive skin. It has everything I need: shampoo, cream, diaper cream for like if you have any rashes or anything like that, sunscreen. It literally has everything. And I found this in Nigeria. Like, it took a while for me to find any of these like skincare or baby brands that sold it, but eventually I found this, and for me that was like a form of encouragement. So I mentioned the first thing. Second thing is that it is so much easier and so much better to thrift things that you do not need to buy. So a very good example of that, baby swings. So there are lots of babies that don't like baby swings. I don't think people know this. Certain babies do not like baby swings, and certain babies are obsessed with baby swings. Certain babies also don't like specific baby swings. So sometimes you might end up forking out so much money to buy the most expensive baby swing that is out there, and your baby might not even like it. So with that in mind, there's so many pages that sell like secondhand toys and secondhand like swings that are in amazing condition. I've been looking out for stuff like that, and it just kind of took me into the world of like thrifting and buying things secondhand in general. And I was able to get my deep freezer secondhand, because for the year that we've been here, we've been able to manage without a deep freezer. Our fridge and freezer combo is a pretty good size. It can fit most of the things that we need, and because I don't live too far from my mom, so the things like chicken and stuff that maybe I'm not using every single time, I'm not needing to have in my household, then I can keep in one of my mom's deep freezers, because Nigerian mothers have more than one deep freezer. So yeah, I was able to get that secondhand. Our TV console downstairs, we got secondhand. Third thing is that a lot of things that you need can actually be made, and they can be made to your specification. So this is something that my husband and I have been working on, and we're still working on, and it's kind of like a furniture company, and it just so happens that we have been the guinea pigs. So we've been testing out a couple of things that we made for a year to our specifications, and I'm still adding things. So right now we have made a bassinet for the baby, and we have made the changing table that you see above or behind me. So stuff like that, it ends up being significantly cheaper than importing, and they can also be made, like I said, to your exact taste. So that's something to keep in mind. The fourth thing, and the most important thing, I think, is the fact that you don't have to have every single thing by the time you have the baby. And I think that is a misconception that all moms, no matter how many times you've been a mother, you want to have as many things as possible before your baby comes. And when I was talking to my mom and I was talking to my friend that is my pregnant bestie, they kind of said the same things to me, which is so funny, is that I should just try my best and focus on months 1 to 3. And then by the time I'm getting to the end of month 2, I'll have a good semblance of what I need to go on. Because like I said in the beginning, based on my last experience, I was literally buying Zoe's clothes. Like, I'll finish buying 0 to 3, then I'll buy 3 to 6, and I'll buy 6 to 9. I had clothes for her up to a year, and then obviously people were gifting her stuff as well, so I didn't have to worry once I got back to Nigeria about whether or not she had the things she needed, because as far as I was concerned, I already had the essentials that she needed. This situation is different. I'm having to do things slow and steady, and it's a different experience for me. I mean, it's made a bit more interesting by the fact that I've refused to find out the gender of my child because I want to be surprised. But I think that's notwithstanding, it has taken a lot for me to just be like, do you know what, okay, focus one thing at a time and focus on like one phase at a time. Anyhow, so I did a haul already. I started a haul when we were still in the UK on holiday, and I showed a couple of things. Hopefully I'm not replicating, because I've literally put most of the things in the same bag, but I'll show you guys the things that I have now that I've added on. I don't know how many more things I'm going to be getting before the baby comes, so at the end of the day, this might actually be the final baby haul. I thought I would probably be able to batch them up into different parts, which I might still do. There's breastfeeding stuff that I'll do a separate video on, things I'm doing and the things I'm buying from Nigerian brands, by the way, to boost my breast milk supply. I'll talk more about what I would hope for my journey and stuff like that, but yeah. So first thing I'm showing today is like a hygiene kit, I guess it's called. Has a nail cutter, has that nose aspirator, even though I have a different one that I used for Zoe that was a lifesaver that I'm going to use again. Has scissors, nail file, like hair brushes and combs and all these random things. But the most important thing in here is actually a thermometer, because whether you're a first time or second time mom, I feel like maybe by the time you have your third child, you'll calm down, but like by second time, you still are very, very anxious about a lot of things. So the next thing I have is a bottle rack, a baby bottle drying rack. I actually had one for Zoe as well, but I can't seem to find it anywhere, so that's why I got another one, because there are certain things that you don't really need to buy twice. So this, I guess after a couple of years, I would assume I would have to buy it again, so I bought it either way. And it just looks like a tree. It looks like trees like this, and you just put the bottles on it. It has like a drainage thing, and this is what it looks like. I obviously haven't set it up. By the time I do my Nest With Me video, then, you know, things will be set up, and that will most likely be, for me, it will most likely be like by 35 or 36 weeks. I will properly start prepping the house for the baby based on my last experience, even though anything can happen, but I would prefer to just have things in place. So this is like a flash forward into the future, and I got some silicone bibs. They actually suggest or recommend that you start your baby on solids by the time they're 6 months old. For Zoe, I couldn't wait till she was 6 months old. I think I started like some days before she was 6 months old to start her with like pap and stuff like that. So I just wanted to have it on ground. This is obviously based on me trying to just buy every single thing that I needed, as compared to buying for the stage that is going to, you know, the stage that is going to be happening at that point in time. Next thing, I have 2 crib sheets. It's so funny because the list that I have, and another reason why I opened this box and I decided to just look at everything inside, is because while I was having this panic, I felt like I didn't have anything. I felt like I had not bought anything. Like I was starting to think to myself, so what do I even have? And opening this box is reminding me of things that I have that are still very much solidly on my list, as though I don't have them. So in my mind, I didn't have any crib sheets. I actually only had one that I got for Zoe. Or I felt like I only had one, but I'm finding 2 crib sheets in here right now, and like the little waterproof Macintosh. Bear in mind I don't have a crib, I only have a bassinet, but the cribs work, the sheets work really well for bassinets as well, so that's fine. This is something that I didn't have last time, but I have gotten for for this baby, for Lovey, and this is a shusher. So it's a white noise machine that also looks like a teddy bear. Depending on how well, if the baby actually likes white noise, I might get another one that is more portable, but this one, it can be moved from place to place. So you can attach it to like your bassinet, can attach it to like somewhere in your car, or if you're downstairs, you can move it. So I like it because it's easy to move and it's not an eyesore. It just has one function, and that is to make white noise, to help the baby sleep or to help the baby settle down. Next thing, which I was talking about in the beginning, is this Nose Frida Snot Sucker Saline Kits. And this thing saved me so many nights when Zoe was really congested. I didn't start using it until she was much older though. But yeah, so it has the saline solution for their nose, because you can't really put things in their noses to start with, and then it has the nose sucker. And what I used to do is that you basically just, there's like a filter in there. This comes with like a couple more filters. There's a filter in there. You just put it on the front of their little nose and suck out, so it stays in there. You don't have any contact with it, and it's because it has a filter, it's not aggressive on your baby's nose, which is a big plus, because a lot of people, I've heard a lot of stories of people that like they feel like they are going to injure their child pretty much. So the next thing I have here are washcloths. I actually need more. I'm trying to figure out how many is even in here. They're like baby towels, like baby muslin cloths. This is actually the first time I'm opening them. So I like these because they're really effective for 1, giving a baby a bath, 2, cleaning things up, and 3, acting like a portable like burp cloth. I think I do have some burp cloths from Zoe, but I will still need to get a couple more. But this material is just easy to wash, dries fast, and I think this is a pack of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. So this is what it looks like. So by the time I'm going to the hospital and stuff and I'm packing my hospital bag, I would have had all of these washed. I just recently started washing in the panic. I recently started washing the things that I have, but I'm washing Zoe's old things first. So the next thing that I got is a mirror for the back of my car. I haven't taken off the plastic yet, just so that I can see the baby when I'm inside the car, because I was likely to be sitting in the front. If I am not even driving, I'm sure my husband would love it if I was driving, so I probably would eventually go back to driving. There's only so long that I can pretend that I won't drive because of pregnancy, right? Okay, one more thing for baby that I got is this tummy time floor mat thingy. It's good, it's with contrasting colors. By the time your baby is born, they can't really see. So the only thing that they can really pay attention to is contrasting colors, so black and white. And that is why a lot of parents indoctrinate their children by putting black and white things in front of them, because the contrast helps them be able to like decipher things before they can actually see. So for mommy, I will most likely still do a video on this when I'm getting my hospital bag and nesting and all that. But I got some postpartum underwear. So a lot of them are really thick like this. They are seamless. I think this one comes in maybe a pack. Yes, a pack of 5. I will most likely still get more because I just need big pants for postpartum. This time I'm really hoping that I don't have a reason to tear in any way, shape or form. You know, I'm praying actively that the head of this child will be more agreeable with me than Zoe, because I did tear. If you watched my last postpartum video, you'll know that I did tear. But this time I'm really hoping that that is not the case. The next thing I got for myself is silver nipple shields. Let me see if I can. So they basically are like silver metal cups that go on top of your nipple when it is like sore, and they just help soothe. So think of it like an ice pack, but without having to constantly freeze them, because they are metal. You know how metal has a natural coolness to it. So yeah. Next thing I got a bunch of breast pads. These are so essential. They were so essential for me last time. I ended up having the reusable ones as well. I need to untie this thing since it's too tight on my head before my brain will catch on fire. So like as at now, there are people that when they're pregnant, their boobs don't leak, and then there are people like me that's when you're pregnant, your boobs already leak. So it's just that they don't leak to the extreme just yet where I need to start using these. But then by the time you're breastfeeding on one boob, this other one will be dripping swagoo. And if you're out, you might want to have some of these in your bag. I like these. I like disposable things mostly for when I'm out of the house. When it is that I am actually within the household, I don't mind using the reusable. I actually prefer the reusable because it makes me feel like a generally better human being. For the vagina, I have the Her Earth Instant Perineal Relief Spritz. This is just because there's lots of discomfort, even if you don't tear, there's lots of discomfort that comes from your vagina having to stretch to 10 centimeters to get a baby out. And it is just nice to have something that is soothing. I will also be using these to prepare my padsicles. We'll definitely make a video about padsicles at the end, closer to my due dates. There are a couple more things I need to get and stuff to have everything in place, but yeah, this is essential. I've not used this one before, but it's no parabens, no artificial fragrance. It's plant-based, and you just spray on the area that is like swelling or hurting and stuff, or you can spray on a tissue and use. And last thing I have here, I knew that I had to get it because I couldn't survive without it the last time, and this is a Frida Perry bottle. Last one I had was actually completely straight, so it was a different experience, but this one is a bit more effective. It's to use to rinse your vagina, because you will not be able to use tissue for a little while when you have a baby. At least if you have a baby vaginally, you'll not be able to use tissue paper for a little while. So it's beneficial to have something like this. You put the warm water in there. By the time you finish peeing, you just squeeze and the water splashes up and helps you clean up. Darling, we'll talk more about this when it's time for postpartum prep. The other things that I have here are a lot of baby grows. These ones are actually the older sizes. So I have some inner ones. I have some like cute rompers. For the most part, I still got things unisex, so that I consider unisex. I pretty much shopped for this baby the same way I shopped for Zoe, which was that I just wanted a lot of color. I like color, but I also find myself graduating towards neutrals a lot at this point in time, so I'm not really sure. Babies don't require aesthetic. Whatever it is that we put on them, they will wear it. But yeah, this definitely made me feel better. Gave me an opportunity to see what else was in here, which has definitely added on to peace of mind. And yeah, I feel let me just wait until they close it. I feel like as a mom that is preparing to have a baby, all you can really do is make sure that you have the things that are required, are called essentials or looked upon as essentials. I will do a video of what I require, I think are essentials. To be honest with you, it is hard to stick to the essentials and feel like once you have those essentials, all of a sudden you're ready. But at the same time, it does give peace of mind knowing that the things that the baby actually needs compared to the things that you would like are available. And that's what I'm trying to remind myself. So as I'm making this video, I'm also reminding myself that there are lots of things here that the baby doesn't need. And I'm hoping that that means that I also have things that the baby needs. Like I started crying because I was like, I don't even have diapers. I don't even have wipes. But then I forgot that I do have diapers. At least, like I said, I have like newborn and size 1. Let me show you guys the diapers I have. So right now I have these diapers that I ordered here in Nigeria. I think they're called Yara. Yeah, Yara diapers. So I got the Yara diapers. This is the size 1. I actually don't have any newborn diapers currently. Zoe did use newborn, but this people want to kill me. Zoe didn't use newborn for a long time, but she did use newborn for a month. So I probably will still get like 1 pack of newborn diapers just to be on the safe side. Then the other brand that I have, also size 1, are these Pampers Pure diapers. Very cute, a bit thicker than the other one. But yeah, I feel like with these two, I think I should be good for like at least for a couple of weeks. What else do I have? Then Okay, I didn't show this before. I actually got some pacifiers. Zoe was not a pacifier baby. She did not like them or anything like that. I got two. They're in two different shades of brown. These are the first size pacifiers, like size 1. I just said let me try and see. There's no reason, I'm not opposed to soothing my baby with a pacifier at all. I'm excited to have a different experience with this baby. So I'm hoping that I've invested in bottles, even though I did with Zoe still, even though she didn't take them. I've gotten bottles and everything ready. I'm hoping that this baby agrees to take the bottle, agrees to take the pacifier, make my life easier. With Zoe, I was completely exclusively breastfeeding. And I'm not opposed to doing that now. It's just I obviously have more work to do right now. At that point in time, there was not really much else I was doing besides her. Right now, there is Zoe, there's Barefoot, there are lots of other things that are going on. I got this set of socks. I probably will need to get more, but I got these from Zara because they're neutral. I think there are 4 socks inside. I have a couple more from Zoe as well. And yeah, I don't really have a lot of newborn clothes either. I have some 0 to 1, but I don't really have newborn. The newborn I have, one set that I got was in pink because I was just like, do you know what? Whether or not I have a boy or a girl, that child is probably going to end up wearing every single color. So let me not say because it's pink and I don't know if I'm having a boy or a girl, I will now not get it. So I still got it even though it was pink. So if I end up having a son and you guys see him wearing pink, I think we just have to all accept that, you know, it's a part of life, innit? It's a part of life. So yeah guys, that is pretty much all I have to share. Like I said, I feel so much better doing this. Thank you for watching if you've gotten to this point because it's a long video, isn't it? Thank you for watching. I'm still going to probably do another video about the things that I already had with Zoe that I'm able to reuse. So the things that I feel like you should invest in, as things that I feel like you should invest in as compared to things that you should just get because you're not going to be able to hold on to them either way. So yeah, do not forget that you are sugar, you are spice, and you're a bomb ass jollof rice. Mwah. Oh, let me remove these earrings first. Oof, girl.